Everybody, it's Victus. Time to run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Tuesday, Mosh Pit. I hope you all had a good start to your Tuesdays here. We are waiting for another video to cross 2,000 likes. I am recording this the same day as yesterday's episode, but this is a few hours later into the future. And yeah, so the like streak counter is not updated yet. I think I'm going to be doing a batch up until Wednesday or Thursday of this week, and then I'll let the queue catch up, and we'll see. We'll see if we get there. I know we're going to hit it. It just depends on what day. I mean, we might have even hit it yesterday. I'm not sure because that video has not been posted yet at the time it's recording. Here's your meme/picture of the day submitted here. An amazing, amazing art piece done by, well, this was submitted by Oric536, and I believe that this is his wife. And in the thread, they just said, "My quilt." And then in the actual thread, they said, "My wife finally finished my Isaac quote, almost 7,000 hours, and still love this game." 7,000 hours is absolutely bonkers. I can't believe the detail with the character selector in the middle. That one was the most impressive thing. But those are so accurate to the sprites in game. I could not believe it. It's very rare that I say this, but it looks almost better than it does in game, just because they're blown up to a different perspective, different size for the pixel size, but they're somehow clearer. I really dig this one. So your wife did an amazing job. Congrats to both of you. And 7,000 hours that's actually more than I have in this game, believe it or not. The only person that I personally know that has more hours than me in Repentance or in Isaac in general since Rebirth is Zombolis. I don't even think he's at 7,000 hours yet. So Golf Quebec November Juliet X-Ray Delta 6 Tango. He might be past that. He might be right at 7,000, or he might have more at this point. The last time I checked was a couple months ago. So we're starting off with the Parasite and also the Dull Azerade, which it can be a useful defensive item. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a great defensive item because your timing has to be it has to be perfect, pixel perfect. But what you can do is you can hit yourself with the Dull Razor Blade, so where you don't get any hits on before it actually makes contact with Isaac, and then you'll trigger your iframes, and you will not be incurred any damage, because that's the whole point of the Dull Razor Blade, is that you don't take any damage. So if you're good with timing and you're good with predicting enemy attacks, it can be very, very strong and very useful. You can also, of course, use it to go into and out of a curse room for half price anyway. Very rarely will you ever have a double charge on there, unless, of course, you have the battery, which is a very good combo for pretty much anything. So, like right here, this is a perfect example. So I can hit the Dull Razor Blade. Then while we are in the iframes, also known as invincibility frames, we can touch the Mimic Chest without having to worry about losing any HP. So that's sort of the overt strength of this item. The sort of subverted, or not subverted, but the hidden strength, the actual true strength of the Dull Razor Blade does lie in the fact that you do have the ability to trigger those iframes and stop enemy damage, to allow you to escape. If you get cornered or something, or if you're about to take an impending hit from a bomb fly or something like that, it can protect you from that and give you a true form of invincibility for a very short time, because obviously iframes got nerfed in Repentance Plus or in Repentance for whatever reason. That will save you a lot of damage if you can get good with timing on them. But moving past that, looking at the rest of our stats, our damage is horrible. Our tears rate is even worse. Our movement speed is the only thing that really is kind of redeeming here. Even our range has been bad these last two runs now, especially in December. But as we saw yesterday, December delivered. It turned out to be very good, even with me forgetting that. I immediately forgot about the sack room and just went to the next floor there. We got redemption. Secret room could be south of there. I'm not totally convinced, though. We may need this bomb for the donation machine, so we can get something out of the shop, preferably a soul heart. I preferably prefer not to take out a donation bomb there on the withdrawal. Secret could also be here. Ooh, okay. We get Bird's Eye. Now, Bird's Eye is very good, except if you're going up against Claudies or Leapers, as it will do a massive amount of damage. You're essentially getting a free shot of Red Candle every time it procs, and that's heavily based on your luck. So right now, at 0.62, we're not going to see the Bird's Eye Chili Flame a whole lot. But if that gets upgraded, if we can somehow are able to keep perfection or something like that, or we just get a lot of lucky pennies, then we're in the golden times. And it's very, very, very effective at taking out bosses, but it's also highly dependent not only on luck, but also your tier rate, which, as we've already gone over, is not good. This arena is also deceptively horrible. And it's because of the dang old Eternal Flies in the corners. You'd be surprised at how far their range actually hits for their hitboxes. Even when they're rotating, they can be a little unpredictable. Watch that one right to completion there. Now that was a perfect time. If I was a better player, I could have used the dull razor blade for it. Right there, it saved us. That angle that angle I took there was a terrible angle. So get one of our soul hearts back, but we definitely need a fourth one to get a devil deal on the next floor. But sad that we haven't found the petrified poop yet. And I need to inspect this room below this room here, because this could also be the secret room. There's three good high percentage walls that could be all the secret room. Now that I've seen this one, now that I've seen the rest of the map and I look at this room here, I'm pretty sure it's north of here. Okay, well, we get bombs anyway. As you see there, we can use the, hey, Lucky Penny, nice. Okay, things are looking up. December delivers so far. I was just going to say that we can use the candle shots from Bird's Eye and take out keepers. So we no longer need bombs to do that. And to try to look for nickels or try to get an extended, yeah, an extended warranty. Extended, an upgraded devil deal chance. We have 3 bombs, so we could take a shot for the super secret room. It's not crazy obvious. It wouldn't be off of the starting room. You almost never ever see that. We're gonna take a stab here. If it's not there, then whatever. Okay. But we did get a tiers upgrade. That's one of the stats we desperately needed. We need more of that. Need more damage, and we'll be good. Going to last week's question of the episode. This one coming in from Joe Mama from the Angel Deals Deliver episode, who said, I'm sure it's been asked plenty of times, but do Spider Baby and Bursting Sack have the wrong item effects? The sprite of Spider Baby looks like something that would make spiders friendly, while Bursting Sack is literally a sack of bursting spiders, like as if you get hit, they burst out with spiders. I've often wondered about that, if Spider Baby and Bursting Sack were somehow accidentally reversed. Or maybe the name itself is just a meme because someone reversed it at one point or another in the development. It's hard to really say when it comes to Ed. You know, but what I will say, so that for sure I don't know. I don't know the full story on that. That's a Zombolas question, or even a Tyrone question. But what I will say is you can take a look at earlier examples of something like that happening with Ed and Monster Manual. There was a meme, a long-running meme that people were saying Monster Manuel or Monster Manuel, and Ed ended up turning that into an alternate title for the item in Rebirth. Occasionally, whenever you pick up Monster Manual, it will come up with Monster Manuel. So it could be that kind of scenario. I'm not entirely sure, but I wouldn't put it past Ed to do something like that. As if it were kind of a meme to get those two reversed, and then they just left it in there. But officially, I don't know. I do not know if that is the truth or not. I've always wondered about that. I think the secret room's above the curse room. I want to take a stab at it. It is. Okay, well, we don't need the full charge right now, but we may. Getting a decent amount of money here. Still nothing to go off of quite yet. Now, if we end up getting a double deal, this is going to be problematic for us because we will go down to 1/2 heart. And unless we get an HP upgrade from the boss, which I kind of hope we don't, we need to start thinking about the possibility of going angel deals here. There's a tinted rock in this room, but we have no bombas. I think there was one in the shop though. I've got the dull razor blade on speed dial right here. Room is just truly awful, and this is where having a red candle shot is not to your advantage here, because all it does is just buff the Claudies for whatever reason. You would think that burning meat would actually harm them, but you'd be wrong. Somehow I knew that was going to be small rock. I don't know why. We saw small rock twice yesterday, and I just felt it. It's small rock, which does give us a needed damage and tears upgrade, admittedly, but at the cost of our already not great movement speed. Anything over 1.0 is fine. It is over base Isaac value, but yeah, dropping it back down to 0.83 is actually pretty dangerous. Okay, so Larry Jr. should not be a problem at all, especially with Bird's Eye. Okay, growth hormones, which is movement speed and damage. Yeah, and this is going to be our bravery test here. Do I think that Ouija board? It is a tears upgrade. This is a big risk though. And this is the risk that I was talking about, and I'm hoping we only have one bomb, so I cannot go find the super secret room. To me, it's worth it because spectral tears are always going to be useful, and also because we need the tears up. Get a death card. Death card could come in handy. I could buy red stew. A red stew doesn't do anything for your HP, but it does give us a significant damage upgrade, which may prove to be keeping us safe. And I mean a significant one, but we got to hurry though. So this will last for 3 minutes unless if we're killing enemies, and that will extend the timer by fractions of a second, but it's still noteworthy. All right, hold on to your butts, Mosh Pit. This is not who I wanted to see at all. Honestly, thank God already that we took red stew, because that would have been death. 100% would have been death. There's a tinted rock in here. I was going to say, you got to be kidding me, game. All right, so we're out of the danger zone, but let's not play like it. Let's still play like we got half of a heart. Look at the size of those fires coming in from Bird's Eye. In desperation, I would have taken pills here. If we needed it. If we needed to. Right now, there's no reason to at this point. So we got to be extremely careful here, even on 1.5 hearts. Just play like you have no hearts. Slight mistake there. You can ignore the champion until after you take down the speedster. Open-eyed Globin in that room. Don't do what I just did. Make a beeline for the shop, and of course there's no soul heart for the second time in a row. Oh, but there is Steam sale though. Yeah. We'll briefly check in here. Sometimes there's item pedestals in here, but... Oh, mama. December delivers indeed. Again. Another 9 lives here. Out of freaking nowhere. What a difference. What a difference. I felt like there was a reason why this was here. It's always suspicious when there are just 2 and not 3 red chests to me. And I had a feeling. Had a feeling if it wasn't going to be I didn't expect 9 lives, of course, but I was hoping that there'd be a soul heart or 2. The reason why 2 is weird is just because there's not many reasons for the game to spawn 2 at once. Unless if there's an accompanying item or something inside of there. Now, of course, that's not universal. That doesn't happen all the time. But if it was 3, I probably would have done it. It would have been spiders, or maybe 3 usually I associate with a teleport to the Devil Deal. 2 is usually is a good sign. So we get a miracle, a December delivery on speed dial miracle of dead cat again. Not that we were I mean, we were in danger for sure. I don't want to sit here and act like, oh yeah, we were fine no matter what. No, we definitely were cooked. If we did not take, if I didn't take the red stew, we were done. The Ed and Florian would have absolutely murdered us. So I'm glad, very very glad that I decided to turn back around and go for that. And also we have to acknowledge the fact that that was on half price. If it was on full price, I wouldn't be able to really take it. So that was a huge turning point in this run. And my pledge to make sure that Lost Soul Buddy never gets forgotten again. I'm just going to take him as soon as I see him. And whatever happens, happens. It's honestly his fault. We've not found the shop yet. Let's go fight the boss first. It's going to be Peep. Still have a little bit of bonus left on our red stew. Bird's Eye really hard counters Peep because of the shots that he fires. The shots are honestly the most difficult part of Peep. And Bloat, too, although Bloat, of course, has the brimstone mechanic. I'm trying to save him. I'm trying to save Lost Soul Buddy. Gotta dodge one more time. There we go. See, look. No problem. Perfection. I'm going to stick with the left hand because I would really like to get Guppy twice in a row. And we are not going to do that. We'll get 2 cents, though. I kind of want to go check out the store, though. Let's let Lost Soul Buddy, it's a difficult sentence to say, let's let him at least get 1 payout. He gives the Eternal Heart. Lost Soul Buddy, check him out now. Yeah, see, so I'm less enthused about a single red chest. And notice again, two red chests in here. Just so happens to have an item in it. Just saying. Again, it's not universal. That's just something I've noticed. I have played this game as many mistakes as I make constantly, and as inaccurate I am about some items. I have actually played this game a little bit, just a tad. I'm better at picking up patterns than I am remembering encyclopedic knowledge definitions of items, the item ID or quality. If you ask me what quality item something was, I could not tell you. I could not tell you accurately. That's the type of knowledge that I just simply do not possess. Saved your life, Lost Soul Buddy. What? Didn't want that key anyway. That is a large amount of damage we're doing to Larry. D-Twizzle. I mean, yeah. The thing is that we can use the dull razor blade with the piggy bank, but yeah, we're gonna immediately get rid of that now because we have the Bible. I could bomb there for a soul heart. I think it's a little bit of a waste. We still don't know where the boss is yet. We've not been to the shop. Here's our secret room. Well, I don't know if that's a secret room. It usually is, but I don't know for sure. It usually is the secret room here. If this next room curves down, then yeah. Okay, yeah, there's the shop. Nice. Stopwatch is great. Take that. Take spider mod. People getting a little upset that I haven't been taking spider mod lately. All good, I understand. And it's greed. I'm not gonna use a bomb for 5 cents, even though it is an equivalent trade. It's not something that we need currently. We've already just beaten what's going to be the second to last shop in this run, so I do wish I had my death card now, though. The stopwatch gave us a movement speed upgrade, but of course it also slows down enemies. That was a great skip by Curse the Maze. Holy moly. Fantastic skip, actually. It could not have gone any better. You know, Brownie is a little bit difficult to keep Lost Soul Buddy alive in. I'm going to try my best, though, Lost Soul Buddy. I'm going to protect you with my life. But in payment, I expect to see an Angel Deal item that's good. Not just like Ring of Protection or something. So we did a full-fledged full clear there on this level with Lost Soul Buddy, and he lived. Three soul hearts, okay. We actually had a slight chance. Ooh, okay now. Hang on now. Come on now. We actually have a very slight chance of making boss rush, if you can believe it. If you can believe this, we still have a chance because we have the Bible, but we're going to have to skip the item room to make it happen. It's a crawl space. I can't pass up a crawl space. Sad bombs now. I mean, I like you sad bombs, but right now we're trying to make miracles happen. If we get boss rush on this run, it's going to be an unbelievable miracle. It took us 5 minutes to get through. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to get through floor 1. Trying, Lost Soul Buddy. I'm trying. They had it out for you with these infamy rooms. The crazy thing is we still have a chance. All we got to do is just get in there and not get a devil deal. It's going to be so close. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Wish we had a black heart. 1. Oh, didn't make it. All right. So close. Figure it might be here. Okay, skeleton key. Skeleton key is going to give us 99 keys, so we no longer have any issues with keys. Not that we did, because we have the left hand anyway. I will be dropping the left hand as soon as we get Guppy. And if we had just had one soul heart, or one black soul heart, we would have absolutely been able to get into the boss rush there. That would have been amazing. Candy heart, okay. I don't mind candy heart. Candy heart's going to give us a little bit of a stat boost every time that we heal up and grab a red heart on the ground. Sorry, Sad Bonds. I didn't mean to besmirch your name. You know, we're cool. Everything's cool. Even Spider Mod doing a little dance there. He was real excited to see Sad Bombs. It's just that, you know, priorities. We were trying to get Lost Soul Buddy out of here, keep him safe, but while also trying to get, you know, boss rush. What are you doing? I just said I'll put you down after we get Guppy, not before. There we go. Use the Bible. Diggity dunk mom. And we are getting hosed on these devil deals. There's a Tenant Rock. Not a huge deal with the Tenant Rock. Whoops. Not a huge deal with the Tenant Rock, obviously, because we've already gotten Small Rock. We're at full HP. There's nothing that could have been in there that we would care about, unless it was a red chest. They tried. They tried to murk you there, Lost Soul Buddy. LSB. Check him out now. Chariot card. Now, for some odd reason, and don't ask me why. Oh man, this right here is the reason why we take Spectral Tears. For some odd reason, the red fire from Red Candle or from Bird's Eye does not affect the double Claudies. It actually kills them. But if you use it on a single Claudie, they'll freak out, catch on fire, and just start going nuts. No, game. He was dead before that. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. We could take Flying Pony. I mean, our movement speed is doo-doo. Yeah, we'll take Flying Pony. Lost Soul Buddy, I don't know what to tell you. They screwed you there. Headless Horseman's head was absolutely dead right there. Oh, I'm picking up keys. It's not like we need them. And a rock right, meow. Yeah, Soul Heart and Bomb. Again, we're at full HP, so this doesn't really matter. But I'll take the flying and movement speed buff from the Headless Horseman's Flying Pony. Yeah, that one, honestly, Lost Soul Buddy, you're part of this game, so I'm not saying it was your fault, but it definitely wasn't my fault. We'll find someone to blame. Someone that's not me. 73% for the devil deal here. Can we get just a decent devil deal? Keep in mind that the only devil deal item we actually have on this run, I took from a red chest. Devil deals have been no bueno. Well, outside of the Spectral Tears, obviously. But Ouija board was a very big gamble and one that definitely paid off by now. We're about to get destroyed by that laser. Lost Soul Buddy. Don't worry, your boys got your back. Sometimes. Going to the curse room and out for free. Because of the charge. Then we also have these full charges down. Meow. We might as well go take. I mean, they're mini charges, but they're full charges for the horse. And we've gone the wrong way. Nope. Still have a chance for Guppy. Now that we have 9 lives... Now that we have 9 lives, I may just keep the left hand up through the chest. That is apparently going to be our only source of good devil deals here outside of Ouija board. And we've gone the wrong way. Now, if we needed to, if we absolutely needed the stats... Wrong way again, by the way. If we absolutely needed the stats, what I could have done is I should have taken Blood Rights from that last devil deal, and then utilize that plus Candy Heart. The thing about Candy Heart, though, is that yes, it does give you free stats whenever you get red hearts, but they do not scale as well as Soul Locket or Keeper Sack or or name another item that gives you stats for picking up stuff. It doesn't. It's. I would say that Candy Heart. It's probably has the weakest scaling amongst those type of items. So while it's still good, yes, and you get the Death List as well. While it's still good and you're getting free stats, it's not something that I think you should plan around as your primary source of upgrades. Trying, Lost Soul Buddy. I'm trying. Game made us do an entire full clear here again. See if we can get the jump on Mom early here. Nice clutch kill there by a Spider Mod. Just need more luck, need more tears. Excuse me, it went behind me, game? How in the world did I thought that was gonna hit me? It went somehow that shot curved behind me and hit Lost Soul Buddy. Brimstone, it gives us one, or Sulfur gives us 1 of 3 Leviathan, and it is going to be better for us than the pony for Isaac, especially now with Backstabber. I can't be bothered to go all the way up there for another Soul Heart. Yeah, that one was some grade A Buffalo Blizzard BS right there. Also, buddy, that's twice it's been on your that's your people. That's your people murking you. You're programmed into this game and you're seeing some wacky hits happening. Sulfur is going to give us temporary Brimstone, which combined with Parasite and Backstabber means that we're going to hit lots and lots and lots of targets. But the trade-off is that it's only temporary, so you can only really use it in a boss rush or in a boss room for practical purposes. Now, if you run into a room that has a lot of really annoying mobs or just dangerous mobs, then absolutely just tune up Sulfur and just go to town. But yeah, we're not flying anymore. But the difference here is that we have the 4.5 volt, which means that we're going to be able to get the Mega Brimstone if we're in a boss fight that's long enough. Notice how it just charged up right there. 4.5 volt makes your active items charge up off of damage that you deal, rather than rooms that you clear. So, for example, it's very useful for a challenge room. Stay with me, Lost Soul Buddy. Yeah, stay with me now. They're curving shots around me. Nothing I can do, right? There's nothing I can do to defend against that. We go in the curse room here. We have plenty of HP. Here, I kind of led that champion, the champion haunt, in a little mini haunt into the spikes. A lot of champions here thanks to Champion Belt. We need more proc rates here. 2.62 luck is not enough to get constant procs from Bird's Eye. I should have used the Chariot card in there. We could re-roll this, but I'm not going to. Well, this is an interesting room. All spiders and troll bombs. And flies. Yep. It's almost as if I've played this game before. Many, 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 many times. Enough money to do a little bit of damage here with the reroll pedestal. So let's see what the judgment gives us, and then we'll go from there. Wanted to get out of the corner so he didn't drop it right on us. So now all we gotta do is blow up this rock without hitting the reroll machine, and we're good to go. Except I do not have a bomb, so that's gonna be a problem. Can we get a bomb? Yeah, another example of Isaac just making sure that the player can't have everything in the world. But you thought that just because it's a reroll machine, you're gonna have access to it? No, you got to pay for it, son. The player is left with the thought of, well, I'm already paying a bomb to open you up, and then now, or I'm already paying money to actually utilize you. Now you're going to charge me a bomb as well? All right, let's see. We have 23 cents. Nope. Nope. Mom's wig's good, but not good enough. Rotten Baby. Yeah, come on, Rotten Baby. We'll keep an eye on our Brimstone Beam here. Once we get a second level of sulfur, or a second charge of sulfur, then really pay attention. A little bit of a difference there, just a tad. Oh, here we go. Coach Krendor is texting me. Hang on. Get a live look at the text of Coach Krendor here. It was not football related. I thought he was going to send me something football related. Yeah, there's the Mega Brimstone shot, which is very, very effective, especially with Backstabber. All right, left hand. I have faith in you. Not a guppy item. Not a guppy item. Not a guppy item. And it's a good item, but not a guppy item. We get some Invicta robes here. I tried my best. You'll frequently see me use sulfur in rooms like this, not because necessarily they're hard, but just because they're mega rooms, they're big rooms. It also allows me to get basically a free use out of it, just because we're doing so much damage if we have the 4.5 volt. So it's really inconsequential to the run for just using that there. It just makes the room a little bit easier. And I don't have to go around and chase around, you know, double Dark One and Loki everywhere. Or Little Horn, I mean. Sometimes Loki. I don't know where y'all are sending your leapers, but it's nowhere close to where we are. I'm fine with that, of course, but those some inaccurate leapers. Now, unlike golden chests or regular chests, red chests do not guarantee items in the chest. That's a very, very weird sentence to say. I'm sure it looked even weirder on paper. There's Green Bloat, arch nemesis of any Isaac player. I've talked about this in it was a stream, or it may have been in a later Isaac video, but I think that the Dark One in general as a boss is rising the ranks of most annoying and somewhat kind of dangerous bosses. If you're not expecting it, Dark One can light you up. And I realize that's an ironic statement, but the fact that you can have multiple Dark Ones charging it in opposite directions while also firing Brimstone, while also doing an 8-way multi-directional shot is that's bad news all around. Go. Got one more HP upgrade for the road, so we are going to get the dub here, courtesy of December. Keeping us alive with that dead cat play that we ended up getting from the chest, but more importantly, more importantly, the biggest to big time play was going back to the Ouija board play and then taking out, or then not taking out, but buying the red stew, which ultimately kept us safe just long enough for us to survive for the game to give us what we needed. Because I do believe that if we had gone into that Super Pride or Ultra Pride fight with no protection and only a half heart and that damage, I think we were cooked. I think that would have been the end of it. So, but we didn't. December delivers and keeps rolling on here. What a great start to the month, everyone. I hope you're having a great start to the month as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button. If you want to support my channel, click the like button and leave a comment down below. Share it, hype it, all that kind of good stuff. I really appreciate it, everyone. Thank you for supporting the Isaac series for so long, each and every day. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to patrons of mine like Brynmore Campos, Sean Cooper, their Shooty01, Vizzle, and Pizza Punk Lauren. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.